Hello, welcome to Mona Creative Design Studio. This is Mona. Today is my privilege to interview a very niche and successful sales expert, Guy.
Hi. Hello, Mona. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
Yeah, lovely to see you. So, Guy, would you like to talk about how did you start your sales journey, and also talk about PBS Limited?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that kind introduction. It's not often that I get such a kind introduction being a professional salesperson, but thank you.
You are very professional for sure.
Wait till the end of the video, okay?
Okay.
So where did I get started? I started actually as a stand-up comedian on the London cabaret circuit.
Wow.
Even before it became the alternative comedy circuit in the middle 1980s. And my first experience of selling, because I had to pick up the phone to places like the Comedy Store and Jongleurs and ask them, could I do an open mic spot on Saturday night and Sunday night? And they'd give you a quick interview on the phone and they say, yeah, come down, or no, go away. So that's where I started really in sales, even before I got into business. So I tell you what, being a stand-up comedian is a great grounding for a business career, because it toughens you up quickly, gets you used to rejection quickly, and gets you used to influencing people and events quickly. So that was my start. I decided after 3.5 years to 4 years of poverty that perhaps I wasn't going to be the next Steve Coogan. Even though I had been his warm-up man one night, I thought, no, I'm not going to be as good as that. So I ought to go off and do something else in life and get what they used to call in those days a proper job. Yeah. So I decided that with my kind of communication skills, I needed a job like yesterday. I got a job on the phone, a job selling on the phone in the construction industry, selling reinforcement steel bar and mesh to groundwork contractors in London, and did that for a while successfully. Then got made redundant because the recession of 1990s happened, and then luckily got in with a really good big company who trained me up and developed me. And then over the next 10 years, I grew through the ranks in technical sales and commercial sales, and ended up being regional director of that business, running the whole of the south of the country. And then over the following 10 years, got onto the board of 2 other companies, being sales and marketing director, running sales teams, running marketing teams, running customer services teams. And my home sector in those days was the construction sector. Yeah. So in 2009, when the world exploded with the credit crash, I decided that was enough of corporate life, and I set up on my own and did a lot of due diligence, and decided that there are a lot of people in consulting that will go into a business and sit in an office and talk about sales. Not many of us out there going out there as what I call myself a sales director gun for hire, working with teams on the ground, initiating, getting the strategy in place first, which to my mind is the easy part, because when I go into businesses, 9 times out of 10, they haven't got a sales strategy. That's the easy part to solve. But what very few of us do is go out on the ground with the sales teams, with the management, with the owners, making sure that that strategy is delivered on the ground. And that's what I do for businesses and have done for businesses cross-sector. My whole strategy in 2009 was to move out of my home sector in construction and work in a whole range of different sectors, which I've been fortunate enough to be able to do. I've worked in the rail sector, I've worked in the automatic tariff switching sector, I've worked in the hospitality sector, internet marketing, and currently working in medical devices and engineering, which is a really great sector. So that's been my sales journey, and that's what I do. I parachute myself into a business, solve the on-the-ground sales problem, come out again.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I think you are very brave because you started a business in the recession.
Yeah, that was okay. A brave thing to do. It was, it's a really good time to start a business.
Yeah.
And people might not think so. The reason I say that is if you can get through a recession, and certainly what is about to happen and is already happening is certainly recessionary. People say it's going to be the worst one for 300 years. It may be, it may not be. I think if you can trade through that kind of environment, even if you're on your own,
yeah,
if you can trade through that, you can trade through the good times too. So it's not a bad time to start. And I experienced that 11 years ago. It's not easy. It's really difficult. You experience lows you probably never experienced before if you have been in corporate life. But you come out much stronger and a much more rounded individual, I think.
Yes. So, because there are quite a lot of people doing sales. So may I ask what's your value and your unique selling point?
What's my value and my unique selling point? Okay, so my unique selling point is me, yeah. My individual personality, the way I influence people and events, yeah. The way I prospect and hit the ground running for my clients quickly. That's my unique selling point. And I bring not just one sector experience, I bring a whole range of sector experiences to my clients. Mm-hmm. And that's my unique selling point. But you pin it on one thing, I hit the ground running quickly and I deliver results quickly for my clients because they don't have the ability to wait for a year, 2 years for a pipeline, a sales pipeline to be delivered. Yeah. They need results now. Mm-hmm. And that is a very regular occurrence that I walk into. Yeah. You know, we need our problem solved yesterday, ideally, Guy, not even today. And that's my unique selling point and value, and I've delivered that over the last 11 years on top of that 20-year corporate career. I've got a 30-year track record of success delivering quickly.
Yeah, sure. So are you pushy? For instance, do you call it prospects like 7 times a week to close the deal?
No. What I do is, I suppose very similar, if you're going to pin it on a technique, I suppose very similar to what you would call the challenger sale, which has been the predominant technique over the last 10, 11 years. But really, challenger sale is a reworking of sales techniques that have been around for 100 years. So I research the client first. I identify the problem they've got, or I think they've got, or they don't even know they've got before approaching them, and approach them in a professional way to say, we've got something of value that is going to solve your problem. Let's have a meet. And if you can't solve their problem, then that's the end of the conversation for you, because you can't afford to waste your time or their time. But if you've researched a client properly, professionally, and you approach them professionally and properly, then that's how you develop a good starting point, a starting conversation, and develop a good business relationship, because it is about a business relationship. Challenger Sale likes to say it's not about a business relationship, but if you read Challenger Sale, it's all about teaching, tailoring, and taking control with your client or of your client, which in itself is a business relationship. So I think that tagline is more a tag to get you to buy the book to read it. It's, that's where I would disagree with the Challenger Sale. It is about starting a conversation professionally and developing a good business relationship.
Yeah, so I think your success is well deserved.
Thank you.
A lot of efforts into each project. Try to understand their pain points.
Yes, I think it is an art. I do think it's an art. I think it's a science as well. And I think if you are a professional salesperson that approaches new and existing clients in the way I've described, you're giving yourself a better chance of success. It doesn't work all the time, Doesn't mean you're going to be successful all the time, but that professional approach is something that gives you a much, much greater chance of being successful, as opposed to people that see a sales career as a short-term gain is what stereotypes think of, or people think is the stereotypical salesperson, only in it for them, only in it for the quick sell, high pressure, close, move on. That is really what gives professional sales, certainly in a business-to-business sense, a bad reputation, and I understand why. So if you're going to come into the profession, see it as a long-term journey, and it's a long-term journey that is a great way of learning about all aspects of a business. You know, if you're in a professional sales position at any level, whether you're the leader or whether you're starting out your sales career, working in that facility, working in the sales environment is a great way to learn about all aspects of business, from finance to HR to manufacturing to the leadership to management. It's a great place to start because you get involved in all those areas and puts you in a great position to move up the ladder or start your own business.
Yeah, sure. Totally agree, because I heard a lot of salespeople say if the prospects don't say no, it means there's a chance. So you got to keep on calling.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think that's a professional perseverance.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is not haranguing people, not calling them all the time, not pressurizing people, but calm, professional, methodical persistence is what is going to make you successful, not just in a sales environment, whether you're a sales leader or starting out, or for you, in your business, and for other people in their business. That calm persistence is really what's going to get you through the good times and the difficult times, which unfortunately looks like we're going to have for a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay, thanks very much. And also, it's a very difficult time. A lot of businesses are really struggling.
Yes.
So do you have any advice on how to survive through this pandemic?
I think the best piece of advice I could give is try everything.
Yeah.
But try everything methodically and in a planned way, not in a headless chicken way.
Yeah.
Try prospecting professionally, which means sometimes, yes, picking up the phone, but prospect also. Yes, there are no silver bullets. People, should use social media, should use networking. Yes, email. Yes, Instagram, and try everything, because when I started in 2009, I made the same strategic decision. Well, I'm just going to try everything. I'm going to try networking. I'm going to try and join networking organizations, some, with quite significant monetary investment. But I decided if for any reason I'm not successful, at least at the end of it, I can put my hand on my heart and say, I tried everything.
Yeah.
And you take it from that approach. Professional prospect, picking up the phone, connecting with people, emailing them, following up professionally, phone call, networking, and all the other methods which you'll be familiar with social media, brand marketing, video. Then you give yourself a much better chance of success. And really, as you questioned to me, what's your unique selling point? Really obvious things, straightforward things. It isn't brain surgery, I don't think. You have to do the simple things well, really focus what your unique selling point is and communicate it simply.
Yeah, sure. Totally agree. Okay, thanks very much for the interview today.
Great. Thank you for your time, Amy. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah,
and
sure.
All the best for your business too in the months and the years ahead.
Yeah, all the best. And also, it's very inspiring to catch up with you, because you are one of the very few people who are doing well in this pandemic.
Oh, thank you. Well,
it made me feel like there's a hope.
Okay. Well, thank you. And hey, it's all about perseverance. Honestly.
Yeah, sure. You should do some workshops to talk about your experience and to inspire people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mona.
Have a lovely weekend.
Yes, you too. All the best.
Bye.